Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. So I cleaned this lovely little tank the other day and oh my god, I can't tell you how much stuff was in such a relatively small cube. This is the Aquarium edge-lit cube aquarium, nano tank, and it's 3.7 gallons I think. I know it's not 5. In any event, it's an adorable little tank. It's above average in quality, slightly thicker glass, and a better grade of glass than you would find on the dollar a gallon sort of Petco tank. But it's not at ADA level. And be that as it may, it's a fabulous aquarium. I'm really happy with it. Isn't it cool? This shot here, you can see the light sort of framing the Buddha on either side of the wall and back of it. It's kind of neat, sort of a nifty little something that I can offer even on this little iPhone video I'm taking. So let's talk about this tank. I pulled out so much moss, so many extra plant leaves from the crypts there. This Java moss, I trimmed it down. The Japanese clover, the Anubias, the Nana there, all of that needed to be trimmed down because it had essentially become just a thick jumble. And now you can see these beautiful fish. Look at that beta. Is that something or what? I don't know if you're getting the color as I'm seeing it. Just fantastic, like neon. And then I added these 5 male endlers, which I grew up from my own stock. I didn't pick in anything particular. I just kept catching them from the guppy tank until I got 5 males and plopped them in here because I thought, and correctly thought, that they would offer a neat sort of pseudo-Asian accent to this serene Buddha that is in the center of the tank, and I think they do just that. They remind me of origami, the Japanese art of like paper making sculpture, because of their angles and those oranges and yellows and their sharp, the fantail. There's just something Asian about them, or Zen, if you will. I don't mean to put any cultural stuff into this, but that's why I did it. And in some respect, in the same way, a betta fish for indigenous to Southeast Asia, Thailand, places like that, rice paddies, overgrown fields. If you've watched the videos like I have, where they collect bettas in the wild, they belong, if anything, more so than the endlers in a tank like this. But I have them both. I also have, unfortunately, a lot of ram's horn snails. I actually took about 30 of them out. It's not a problem from the health of the tank, and I expect that the numbers will go down if I lessen the feeding and pull a few out. And they do have a way of kind of self-correcting. And since I do collect snails, particularly around this size, kind of in between, not too small like some of those, but not too big, and then I feed those to pea puffers that I have in other tanks, and it's nice to have an endless bounty of food for that particular species of fish because they are picky. I would prefer feeding them live food than trying to get them to forever be choking on bloodworms and the like. And so I have plenty of it here. I love the way the beta serenely floats across this aquascape while the endlers zip and zoom. The contrast has done what I want it to do, has given me the look, feel that I was hoping for. And when I cut away all the extra plant growth, I'm seeing how Buddha has now that lovely patina from algae growing on the stone. I do have a few Autosynclus in here, maybe 3 at the most, and they're fat and happy because there's plenty of algae. If nothing else, they could feast on the green from Buddha. but of course there's some on the glass, and then they can just dig into what the filmic algae that forms on all the plant leaves, in particular Anubias, or into the moss here. And that's where I'm at with this tank. Just from a hardware perspective, there's sort of a generic white label nanolite. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It does the job. It's certainly kicking up a lot of light. And like I said, these patterns on the sides are a lucky strike extra right now. I've got a little Azuzu hang on back. It's the smallest hang on back filter you can buy. I'm just using bio pellets and a little bit of floss, right? I don't have any filter carbon or sponges in there. This is fluval aqua soil, the kind you find everywhere. This, I believe, is the black variety. And then I've got a little bit of lava rock and some river stone and pieces of driftwood. And I anchored Buddha with a throne I created for him/her. It's very feminine, but I'm guessing most Buddhas are male. I don't know. In any event, there's a throne of driftwood, and then I've got pieces that I just sort of laid against the ground and Buddha's chest, and they kind of fell where they may, and I haven't done any. You see one kind of stuck, growing like a spear through the moss. That just sort of happened over time. And it's all good. I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm looking for love in that way. It makes me feel like this is all kind of going somewhere. Although, to be honest, I would make these films anyway. It just adds so much to the hobby. And I'm happy to share with you. I'll answer any questions, and I'll communicate in any way you see fit. As always, keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.